Watch this video if you want to learn what are 5 top tips on traveling with your partner. For the best relationship advice, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to be notified every time I upload a video. My name is Diana and I am the founder of Better Topics, which is a community where we help hundreds of couples experience more love, joy, and connection. And now let's get into my 5 top tips on traveling with your partner. Tip number 1. Set your intention and goals for your holiday. Is it a holiday just to relax and do mostly nothing, or is it an adventure holiday that you would like to have? Is it a holiday where you would like to explore new things, places, and maybe food? Or is it a holiday where you would like to be involved in certain sports, or maybe why not? It can be a mixed holiday. What type of holiday is it that you actually want to go on? Now, one tip I would like to give you from the start is to remember to be kind while you're on holiday. Especially the longer you have to travel to get to the place where you want to have the holiday at, the more likely it is that both you and your partner will be tired by the time you get there or whilst en route, and more likely to have arguments and lose your patience with each other. Therefore, remind yourself to be kind even if something that your partner said or did annoyed you. Even if there is something that your partner did or said at a certain point, try to remember that they are tired too. And before starting an argument about anything, think about whether that argument will help you grow as a couple or will do just more damage than good to your relationship. Again, try to be mindful of the fact that when you are tired, you are more likely to react rather than respond appropriately to anything that's happening around you. And your partner might be in the same situation. Therefore, pick your battles. And remember to be kind to each other. Tip number 2 on traveling with your partner is to choose a destination that you both like. Now, considering we are 2 individuals in a relationship and we might actually like different things, at least try to compromise when you're choosing the destination. For example, I really love the sea. My husband on the other side, he does love the sea as well, but he would also prefer we have some mountainside holidays too. So when we're picking our holidays, we try to alternate. One time we'll go to the seaside and the next time we'll try to make sure to go on mountainside as well. Also, whilst we are on the seaside holiday, for example, we still tend to do certain things that my partner would like as well. For example, my husband, he still likes hiking and going for walks, and we still do that whilst we are on seaside too. If we have the option to visit some historic places, we will definitely go there because I know my husband is very passionate about history. Therefore, we are trying to mix it up and don't choose or do things on a holiday that just one of us would like. Tip number 3 on traveling with your partner is to set a budget and talk finances even before you book the holiday and definitely before you leave on a holiday. Make sure you can actually afford the trip. I know sometimes you feel you might want to splash out on an expensive trip or holiday because you feel you deserve it, and I'm not saying you don't. However, make sure that you are comfortable with paying that much for a holiday or services that they have on that holiday. For example, we were just talking with some friends the other week about holidays and where we have traveled recently and where they want to travel this year, and they were telling us about the holiday they had years back where they couldn't really afford it, but they decided to splash out. Therefore, all the services and everything that was included, they felt it was way too expensive and they have paid way too much for it, making them miss the point of a holiday, which is to have fun and relax away from home. They ended up being bitter and they have never visited that place again, although it is actually quite a nice place for a holiday. I'm not saying you should not treat yourself once in a while, however, make sure you are comfortable with paying how much they are asking for it. If not, then why not just go ahead and choose a cheaper holiday? You can do this by either booking something last minute or maybe booking something slightly out of season. Many holiday places, they have amazing offers, especially just at the beginning of the season or at the end. Or if you can and want to, why not completely out of season? Then you get the best prices for holidays. Feel free to shop around maybe at different tour operators. But please be mindful of what is actually important for you in a holiday and how much you are willing to spend in order to feel comfortable with that holiday, and not always overthinking and being bitter about the fact that you feel you have paid too much for the services you get. The focus should be on what you want to do on a holiday and make sure you get to actually enjoy it. For example, when we had a long weekend trip to Paris together with my husband, we didn't really spend that much on a hotel where we stayed because we knew we'll just be there to literally sleep and have a shower and get ready for the next day. As most of our days were spent out in the city, we rather spent money on different type of tours or boat trips or eating in specific places rather than on the hotel itself, because we knew at the end of the day for us it didn't really matter because we weren't spending that much time in the hotel. So we figured it out what is most important for us on that holiday, and we focused on that and we spent the most money on that rather than spending a ton of money on the hotel itself and not being able to afford anything else. Because as I mentioned, we weren't spending too much time in the hotel either way. And even to this day, we always remember and talk about the amazing experiences we had on our Paris trip rather than the hotel. We anyway just went there to sleep and then wake up, have a shower, leave, and that was about it. And remember, what makes a great holiday are the experience and the person next to you, and not necessarily how expensive the place is. Although the Paris trip was one of the cheapest trips we had with my husband, it is still to this day one of the best and most amazing ones because of the adventures we had on that trip and because we got to experience them together. Comment below and let me know what was a very inexpensive trip but you had most fun on. Now, tip number 4. Plan your holiday, but don't overplan. Now, plan what are the main things that you want to cover on your holiday, but still leave some room for anything that might pop up last minute or any new activity that you have not thought about, but they can offer it whilst you're on holiday. If you overplan your holiday, you might end up stressing about time, because whilst you're on holiday, time passes differently and you get sidetracked by different things, and certain activities might take longer than you would expect. Therefore, this might lead to delays to other activities and you would just end up stressed and always rushed and not enjoying your holiday. For example, on our Paris trip that I just mentioned, I had few key things that I wanted to do and reach, and everything else was just a free flow and we just made it up on the spot. For example, one of my biggest dreams was to actually have breakfast and a coffee in a very nice French corner type cafe. And I also wanted to go up in the Eiffel Tower and see the Louvre Museum. Bear in mind, we were there only for 3 days. I wanted to reach at least these 3 things and everything else was a bonus. We did do a lot of other things as well, but we didn't have to stress about them because we met our 3 main goals on this trip, and then everything else we saw it as a bonus and extra things we got to do. We got to have a boat trip as well on the Seine and visited some other historic landmarks. Obviously in Paris there are so many other things you can do and we didn't have enough time, but once we covered our main ones, we still had enough time to do other unplanned things, which were actually a lot of fun. By not over planning our holiday, we had enough time to relax, we didn't have to rush anywhere, and we got to actually enjoy our time together and the things we were doing and seeing. If you find yourself having too much free time, why not just have a walk around the place where you're on holiday, watch a movie together and relax, or do a quick search of what other activities they can offer you where you are. Most hotels or holiday places will have activities that they can offer last minute without too much planning ahead. And this gives you also a chance to be spontaneous. I mean, why not? You are on a holiday and you should also enjoy it. Tip number 5, and I think this is one of the most important ones, is to compromise. When it comes to activities, as many other things, we all have different likes and dislikes. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, both you and your partner, although you're in a relationship and might have some similar interests, you are definitely different people and you might like different things as well. But a key point to a great holiday is to compromise. Be willing to do some of the things that you might not normally do, but your partner would be very interested in doing. And who knows, you might even get to have some fun. And also, you should discuss with your partner to do some of the things that you like, even if it's something that they might not definitely opt for. Who knows, they might even have some fun as well whilst doing it, and it might spark some new interest in them. For example, I really love the sea, but I cannot swim. My husband on the other side, he likes the sea as well and he's a great swimmer. And whilst we were on our honeymoon in Thailand, he really wanted for both of us to experience the jet skis. Now, although it seemed fun, I was basically terrified because I cannot swim and I'm very scared of deep water. Yes, I know they do give you those floaty things that keep you afloat if by any chance you end up in the water, but still I was quite skeptical about it. In the end, I did accept it because this was something that he really wanted us to experience both and have fun. And I'm glad I actually did accept his offer because I did end up having a great deal of fun. Since then, every time I see a jet ski or we're walking on the seaside, I keep reminding myself and him of what a great fun that was when we actually tried the ski jets on our honeymoon. Again, that wasn't something I would normally go for purely because I cannot swim and deep water makes me nervous. However, in the end, I am very glad I took the chance and had that amazing experience together with my husband. Now, before I wrap up this video, there are a few things I want you to remember. Try to have fun and enjoy your holiday. There might be some hiccups here and there, but try not to let those overshadow your holiday. Try to avoid over-planning, because over-planning can lead to a lot of stress and therefore you ending up not enjoying your holiday. Consider your holiday like a team building. Get closer to your partner by participating in activities together. And overall, remember to play more. It doesn't really matter what age you are, the more you play, the more fun you have, the more relaxed you'll be, and the holiday will be overall amazing. Let me know what you think of these 5 tips in the comments below. Now, if you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends.